Family, we got us another one. I can't thank you guys enough. I feel the channel getting back to where it used to be slowly but surely, more surely than slowly. But thank you guys so much. It means a lot, real talk. And like I told y'all, y'all keep commenting and hitting that thumbs up button. I'm going to keep producing, period. Especially about this situation because I can't let it go and I'm not going to let it go. Point blank, period. I'm going to do my part to spread this information so we can all learn how things are different and how certain powers can be applied to situations to manipulate the outcome despite what is right in our face, like concrete evidence. Anyway, we're going to get to mediocre tutorials and reviews. Yeah, great channel. Video titled Megan Thee Stallion Freaks Out After Congresswoman Drops New Footage. Now, I wonder if this is the footage that family had that was scared to give it out in the beginning. But I said this probably about 4, 5, 10 videos ago. Maybe it was on their conscience that, whoa, we have something in our possession that could have prevented this man from getting contacted 14 times. Yeah. What should happen to Meg? Like, what should happen to her? What should happen to Kelsey? She did her share of interviews and stuff, speaking about the situation. Yeah, let's get to the video.
Now, the side of the internet that saw Megan Thee Stallion's side is saying, listen, all of the information that Rep. Luna is coming out with has already been stated in front of the court of law. But this hasn't. His written sworn testimony hasn't. Someone that overheard something but was scared to come forward for fear of his own life and perhaps the family that he protects over, and as well as losing his job. Kelsey fired the gun, not Tory. All right, guys, the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case is absolutely heating up. And I told you guys a couple of days ago, after Representative Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna said that there was additional evidence after pressuring Gavin Newsom, the governor of the state of California, to pardon Tory Lanez. She said that there was evidence never before seen, never before released, that should have been entered. She has recently dropped some receipts on her Twitter account, so we're going to go through right now. Breaking, she writes, this is a new sworn affidavit that has emerged from Kelsey Harris' former bodyguard, and it shatters the original narrative used to convict Tory Lanez. According to the testimony, Kelsey fired the gun, not Tory. In the affidavit, the bodyguard says Kelsey Harris confessed to firing 3 shots into the air during the altercation. Tory then tried to de-escalate the situation by pushing her hand down, causing 2 more shots to accidentally fire.
All right, dude's affidavit, it says a lot. It says a lot. I just don't understand how you can be in a situation like this and there's only really 3 key players and one of them takes immunity. I don't see how that works. If me and my homeboy and somebody he knows, we go out, him and his homeboy get into it, somebody allegedly gets, it's like, bro, y'all got to handle that. I plead the 5th. Everybody gonna be looking like, bro, what are you pleading the 5th for? Is it something we don't know? Did you do it?
Now we're going to go over the affidavit right now, as well as the home footage, the security cam footage, here in a quick second. Now here is the actual affidavit. This appeal was filed by the attorneys of Tory Lanez. Now we're going to have to remove some of the address information because it's right here. But it says here on number 4, I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on the 2 days that Mrs. Kelsey Harris testified, which was December 14th and 15th, 2022, which is the basis of the above cited proceedings. Now I know this is small, guys, bear with me. I actually don't know how to zoom in yet on this on these Apple products, but it says I work for Elite Security Incorporated for approximately 2 years and longer than this for the owner of this company on various similar projects. Ms. Kelsey Harris hired Elite Security to accompany her to the court 2 days she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client I have not worked for Daystar Peterson nor Megan Pete. Number 7, I heard these statements as we were in the car getting a bite to eat after court. We went to a restaurant named Fixings. Number 8, Ms. Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. She later also said similar statements to her attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking generally, asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she could plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. 11, I have not said these statements until now, as I have heard rumors of the threats that others had received from being involved in this case. Also, I did not want to lose my employment as I rely on such to care for my children.
What happened? I can see the bodyguard being in fear. He knows the machine that he's playing with, allegedly. He knows how people get down. So if this man were to come forward, he would have stopped a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah. So it would have stopped Meg's money, Rock Nation, and therefore that affects the rapping Camel and things he got going on. I can honestly see where this dude was scared. But it's like, when you're subpoenaed to court, you're supposed to come to court. I thought stuff happened when you didn't obey certain things. If I get called to court right now, I can't just skip court. Oh man, I don't feel like going. I plead the fifth. No, it doesn't work that way. Not at all.
Someone that overheard something but was scared to come forward for fear of his own life and perhaps the family that he protects over, and as well as losing his job. Congresswoman Luna then goes on to write, this claim matches the Ring camera audio from the night of the incident. We're going to go over that. 3 shots, a pause, 2 more shots. There is no dance be heard. There is no admission from Tory. Only the sound of a chaotic moment. Now that aligns with this new sworn statement. So let's review this video right here. 3 shots. Then this 2. Let's listen one more time. Now, what's interesting about the audio is that between the first 3 shots and then the next 2 shots, there's something that's being said. Now, it either sounds like stop it, but it can also sound like dance B. But there are people on the internet that's saying that that's the dance B that Megan Thee Stallion said Tory screamed in the moment of firing.
Everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
To me, it sounds like stop it. All right. So if we listen to the testimony from the security guard, Kelsey starts firing into the air. Tory says, stop it, runs over, tries to put his hand to lower it. And then 2 more shots ring off.
It's so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
All right. When we were watching that interview, there was a lack of tears. If this thing was so affecting to your life, so traumatic, so scary and all that type stuff, where were the tears at? It was soap opera tears, where they got the handkerchief on their eyes, just patting dry eyes. Now, they're all arguing because Tory got caught up clapping cheeks. Look at Meg and look at Kelsey. Kelsey knows she has no win with Megan. None at all. It's probably a few dudes that doesn't have a win with Megan. Hell, Tory probably didn't. Let's be real. Bigfoot wasn't playing no games. The thing is, y'all, bro protected that girl and stopped her from, he protected both of them for real, for real. He stopped one from ruining her life, and he stopped the other one from having her future ruined, essentially her life ruined. Period. If Meg really got in them big ass feet, it wouldn't be no more twerk fest at all, whatsoever. A lot of people say that Meg gave her mom for fame, and that's when everything changed. She turned into a twerker and not a lyricist. I don't know about all that, but I do know it's two women saving face. They sacrificed Tory, y'all, for their own well-being and image. It's all coming out now. That footage, I wonder if that's the footage that came from, I think they said it was a Chinese family or something like that. They had some key evidence, but they were scared to turn it over. This might be it. One thing I want to know is, though, why didn't they show their alternate angle from the body cam off the bat? This would have cleared everything. You ain't get popped in the foot. You stepped on glass, you big foot mother. It would have stopped everything. Let me chill out. Let's play the video.
But he's saying it loud, and so Megan can hear this. So that kind of stirred her back up. So now they're arguing back together. At this point, it's uncontrollable. Can't stop it.
And do you remember anything at this point that was being said between them?
At this point, they're arguing about each other's artistry as a career as an artist. She's telling him, like, you're only this and that because you're on a remix with
Patty
Harlow. And he's telling her things about her career as an artist, which I can't remember what he was telling her, but they just started hitting each other with their career as an artist. So now we're at the final, the next stop where the incident occurs. And this time Tory demands Quan to let us out. He's like, let these hoes out, let these bitches out the car. This is my car. And so we're like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over, and Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door, which I'm behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side. No sooner do you start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second or third gunshot. That's when I look up. And you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. And he's leaning over the door is open. And he's leaning over like the window.
Which door? Is it the rear
right,
door?
the front right. So where Megan was sitting.
Okay, so his door's open. In the
My
driver's
door's open in the back, and the front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger side.
When you see people in the wilderness, why do I have problems saying W words and R words, or words that got W and R together? I don't know. Anyway, when you see bears or beasts in the wilderness and they're coming at you, like these fishermen's, oh my goodness. Like fishermen that be by big lakes or bodies of water that you got grizzlies running at them. What do? Pow, pow. And what does that big beast of a grizzly do? Detours and runs away. I think that's what happened with that big mammoth of a woman. I think she was being overly aggressive to Kelsey because of what happened. Kelsey said, no, you ain't about to gnaw me. You ain't about to hit me with them big bear claws. Pow, pow. Back up. Tory, not knowing how far it's going to go, it's like, man, I done got caught up clapping cheeks with both these chicks, and I was trying to get at the other one to clap her cheeks, the one at the party. The least I can do is stop this situation that I started. Yes, Tory was the reason for the problem. Yes, yes. But that doesn't mean he did what he's been accused of doing. The reason I say he's the cause of the problem is because he made them feud. I can't talk today, jeez. But he made them feud. Yeah. Now imagine if that would have got in the headlines the way it should have been in the headlines. There wouldn't have been all them videos that Meg came out with, all them symbolic videos, all the lying tweets and interviews and things like that. They wouldn't have been a thing. But now they are. Let's address it. Let's continue. Popped in the back of the feet, allegedly. So your back's turned. How do you know who did it? How do you know who did it? That's all I want to know. How do you know who did it?
Are open, correct. So.
And is he shooting through the window or over the top of the door?
No, he's shooting over the top of the door. So
over the top of the door would be the rear passenger door?
The right front
Okay.
passenger. So, again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it. And he was leaning over the front passenger door.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say like my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side was kind of like this. Like this is the door, and
Are you still partially in the car at this point?
No, I'm out of the vehicle. Okay. I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So
do you know where's Megan?
So I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking away when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the time I look up, she's facing towards us, and I've described it like a deer in headlights. Mm-hmm. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up, higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see.
You didn't spend the night at the jail, right?
Definitely spent the night. Well, I mean, I was there all night.
It was that same night, though.
Oh, yes, that same.
So then you got released like
that
after
morning.
Several hours that morning. Okay.
So when you get released, at some point you make a trip over to the hospital, correct?
So when I get released, they released me and Quan together. And outside of the jail, Quan said he made a comment and was like, money talks or something. Something similar to those words. I don't know. I was confused. He also said that Tory was trying to protect me. And I said, protect me from what? Mm-hmm. He's like, you'll find out later. Like, everybody was playing mind games with me. I don't know what's going on. We went to the hospital. I sat outside the hospital. I was not outside the room or anything. I was actually outside, sitting in the car on the street. Okay. She said that Megan couldn't have guests. So I thought that was accurate. I thought that was true. I'm still sitting in the car. I received a call from a jail. Didn't think that it was Tory because I actually knew somebody in jail, and he had called often, and I would answer his call. And so I just thought it was him because it was normal for him to call early or late. So when I answered it, it was Tory. Honestly, I know in that call he did ask where Megan was, and I believe I told him in the hospital. I believe he apologized.
And what do you think he was apologizing for?
I mean, everything that unfolded that night and the incident.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't see her at all since she went to the hospital?
No. It was.
Did you talk to Megan at least over the phone or text at some point?
Later on in text messages, we did talk. She had finally texted me, but this is somebody that I was with for years. Day to day, every day. I know her. Like, that was my best friend. I knew her like the back of my hand.
How could Kelsey tell this story and it doesn't make sense? How? He's crossing from the back to the front, from the left to the right, hanging out the window, doing this and doing that. Come on, man. It doesn't make sense. That's why I asked, who came up with the story? If you're going to go this far to alter somebody's life, you would think that it would be damn near airtight. But when you're making up lies on the fly, you leave a lot of little holes that you don't pay attention to. Now, The part where they said Megan couldn't have guests. When you're in a domestic situation with somebody, they separate the parties. I can see Meg telling the doctors or the nurse, no, don't let her up here. F that B, all that type stuff. Because Meg knows what really happened. Does anybody recall when there was a thing going around that said that Megan paid Kelsey's rent for a year? Was that a bribe? Was Kelsey coerced into taking a fifth by Meg or the label? It's so many questions. It's a lot of questions, y'all. But one thing that I can't say enough, don't ignore what's right in your face, what's been in your face. It's not new evidence, it's suppressed evidence. But they were okay with suppressing it. The people supporting Tory better be careful. They better stay on point, because this thing is deeper than we think. If it gets reversed, it can change a lot. Even hell now, it can change a lot. Because now it's putting eyes on entities and people. And it's putting a lot of doubt and question in a lot of people's minds. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, y'all. I feel like it's over for Meg. Her credibility's already shot. Damn the foot. Her background isn't one that a person would want. She's always considered to be the problem, the common denominator, especially when she drinks. I'm going to tap into some of her history later on. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.